Welcome back. We are in Khan Academy on Algebra 1 and in the unit Quadratic Functions and Equations. This skill is quadratics by taking square roots with steps. So they say use the cards down here below to create a list of steps in order that will solve the following equation. So they're just asking us, what steps are you taking to solve this problem? So let's do the problem and then we'll identify what those steps are. So we want to isolate x. So right now we have 3 times an expression that includes x. If we want to get that 3 away, we have to undo multiplication, so we divide by 3. That gives us x plus 6 squared equals 25. So that was dividing by 3. So this is my statement column. And this is my reason column. Essentially, they're just asking us in these problems to list the reasons from a statement reason proof. So line 1 was here, and that was given. Here's line 2. Line 3, we're going to take the square root of both sides. Square root both sides. So we get x plus 6 equals plus or minus 5. Fourth step in our statement reason proof is to subtract 6 from both sides. And we get x equals negative 6 plus or minus 5. And those are our 2 solutions. Negative 6 minus 5 is negative 11. Negative 6 plus 5 is negative 1. That would be some algebra, so we'd say negative 11 or negative 1. That would be statement 5, and my reason would just be that I have broken that form of this equation up, and I've actually done the addition or subtraction to get those final solutions. Okay, so they want to know, what did we do in what order? Well, the first thing we did was divide by 3, so we'll pull this over here. The second thing we did was take the square root of both sides. Square, not square both sides, take the square root of both sides. And then the last thing that we did was subtract 6 from both sides. Next problem. It's always going to be that same order. What are we going to do to get this alone? We're going to subtract 4 from both sides. That will get rid of this. We're going to divide by 5. Next, that'll get rid of those 5s. Divide both sides by 5. Next, we're going to take the square root of both sides. That gets rid of that 2. Gives us a plus or a minus on that side, square root of whatever. They're not asking us for the solution, so I'm not simplifying this time, and that's fine. That leaves us with x minus 3 equals some number over here. That was taking the square root of both sides. And next, we have to add 3 to get rid of that. Add 3 to both sides. Now the only thing left on this side of the equation is that x right there. X equals all that junk over there, which you could solve, but they don't ask for that. We're going to add 3 to both sides. All right? Create a list of steps in order that will solve this equation. We're going to subtract 2 that takes care of that. We're going to multiply by 2 to make 1/2 become a whole. So we subtracted 2 from both sides. We multiply by 2 on both sides. We take the square root of both sides, and then we subtract 5 from both sides. So in order, we subtract 2, multiply by 2, take the square root, subtract 5. Subtract 2, multiply by 2, take the square root of both sides, and subtract 5. Just check. Subtract 2, multiply by 2, square root, subtract 5.